Forgot to mention in this video, on top of having the Mayan video that was like 30 minutes ready, I had like 8 other videos ready before I shot this one, and I deleted them all because I honestly just got in my brain. So yeah, now post Jarrell over. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Rise, young warrior. You must get up. Your journey is not over.
I can't fight him. He has all my weapons. I have nothing.
When you began your journey, you were determined. Nothing could stop you. And now that you are so close, are you willing to give up so easily?
It was easier at the beginning.
Beginnings are often easier. But think of all that you have accomplished along your journey. What you have learned from your battles with the bear, the snake, the monkey.
What's the point of fighting my way up the mountain when someone else is just going to come up the easy way?
There is always going to be someone who does things the easy way. But that should not stop you from doing things the right way. It is your journey, young warrior. Only you decide when it ends.
I was supposed to have a video out for like the past week, maybe. But man, I just got fed up with the type of video I was trying to do, and I said, you know what, screw it, I'm not doing any of these videos. I had this Fire Mayan video set up where I was going to talk about the word Maya, what it means. If you don't know, I suggest you search it up. I had all these screenshots already. I had a screen cap from this book that I read a lot to basically bolster my ability to use the law of attraction. It's called How the Spiritual World Projects into the Physical Existence by Rudolf Steiner. So if you want to get that book, it's a solid book if you know how to, pick the information apart for yourself. It's a bit of a hard read, but super worth it. Your vocabulary will go up like 10 points. But it's a solid book, and at the end of the book, or near the end of the book, it actually has the passage again talking about how, ye shall be like gods, knowing both good and evil, and blah, 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 and it references the Maya and the illusion of this world. And it was basically a whole video where I was going to talk about the Mayans and how they knew that this world was an illusion, and that's why they called themselves the Mayan people, because Mayan meant illusion. And I found all these screenshots showing that I screenshotted them, but I found all this information showing the Mayan word roots all the way into Hinduism and Buddhism, and Maya also being Maya was the power of gods and demons to create illusions. So more of this idea around illusions. And I had this whole video done, man. I did it. The first video I shot was like, in my fashion, like 38 minutes long. But I decided to scrap the whole video because I was just getting tired of doing this sort of concept. And I was like, you know what, screw it. Who am I even talking to at this point? Either you're going to get that this world is an organic simulation or you're not. And it didn't turn me off from making the video because I've been trying to drop these gems for so long. It just turned me off because, I had a pretty rough couple days leading up to the video where it just felt like things were just going up and down, I couldn't power through that creative block I've been having. I really didn't know if I wanted to even make videos on the platform that is YouTube, because YouTube is an uphill climb and an uphill battle, and I do definitely think that your state of mind affects a lot of almost everything in life, obviously, but that the algorithm can sometimes be a beast to try to tackle with your mindset, and just the platform that YouTube is becoming, where it's less about the creator and creations nowadays, and it's more about pandering to certain things. And it just, also my background of leaving a channel that I built all the way up, where I built up this channel, and got a total of 1 million views, and I grew a really good family base of people where I was like, I really mess with this, and it was very fun for me. A lot of the fun started to come out of it. Then, as I was looking for advice from the same person that told me to be careful about listening to advice, tried to give me advice on things to do, or tried to tell me about myself, which is very dangerous for certain people. You should be very careful about people who try to tell you about themselves if they're not coming from a literally unbiased standpoint. They don't have things going on in their life, and even if they do, there's someone who really comes at it at an angle where they truly know you. if it's not someone who's personally knows you like that, or who is really, really close with you and really looking out for you and your best interest, do not listen to that person. But at the end of the day, I asked this person for advice. They honestly, the advice, it sounded like this whole thing started off so well, and then it just ended up turning into this whole argument and stupid BS over spirituality, and they were never even understanding my point. And my point at the end of the day is that the whole thing behind a spiritual evolution and a journey anyways is that there is nothing here in the external that can make you spiritually superior to anyone. That doesn't even make sense on a whole scale of what occult study is about and the whole spiritual journey is about anyways. There's no amount of material gain that will make you on God's super goody two shoes list. No. Ultimately, you lose all this stuff here when you die. So enjoy it for the time being while you're here. But the whole point is to master your mind, your soul, and understand that none of the things here on the external make you you. You are already all of these things. Anyways, that said, this person tried to like basically coerce me into taking a course and all this shit. I was like, oh my gosh, this is fucking sad, because this kind of is making me think about literally this, the fake spirituality shit going around where everybody's just hopping on the trend and it's not really about the work, and you don't even know who's doing what anymore. And then there's people virtue signaling and doing all this shit, and oh my gosh, man, it's just a headache. So along with that, I'm also seeing the gaming industry, which my other channel was based on, which this one definitely would still be based in. I'm seeing the gaming industry almost get torn apart by this type of shit too, where it's just a bunch of pandering to different communities of people. And, it's just like, I ask myself at the end of the day, what is even really real anymore? Like, I know myself and my faith in my own divinity and shit is real, but it's like, I would like to enjoy things. And it's like, damn, I'm having to build such a freaking high tolerance for a lot of the bullshit that happens. And it's crazy, because me naturally as a person, a lot of people say I already have a naturally high tolerance for a lot of bullshit, but it's just, it feels like it's getting to an absurd amount where it's like I can't pay attention to anything. Like, it felt so good to remove news out of my life for the past goddamn 10 years. Like, the only time I ever interact with news is to see what's going on and seeing if I got to prepare for anything that crazy is going to take place. But for the most part, it's a lot of fear mongering, and nothing does happen since I haven't been paying attention to it. But lately I've been, seeing things. I caught up a little bit with the current events now, and then I'm like, damn, these current events are even leaking into gaming and even leaking into The Witcher and Netflix shows and new shows. And I'm like, damn, the only thing doing shit right nowadays is the Japanese media and stuff in terms of their games and creation and stuff. And they're going to bring us the quality games and stuff. It's like the most recent quality game we've gotten in the gaming industry recently was Baldur's Gate. So a lot of this stuff has been blowing my mind. I've been paying attention to it, and all while also weighing my own purpose within this world, while also being like, bro, I am a person that likes to motivate. It comes naturally from my soul. And I've been, of course, having that character to me attacked, and it freaking sucks. I would give, people advice because it's just naturally to me. If I see them in a situation, well, I've learned from experience that certain things work, and I've made it work for my life. So I try to usually just be giving that to people sometimes, and naturally comes out. And I fucking get berated by that. And that shit makes me feel like I just want to fucking become a hermit and stay the hell away from the human population. So it's just been a lot, man. It's been a lot on me. And of course, I'm a man, so got to struggle through it. Let's go. I can take this. And it is very true. I can take this. I can take a lot of weight on my shoulders. It is. But, sometimes you just want to chill. Sometimes you really want to be a human being. But I'm not going to lie, as a man, from the man perspective, it feels like you can never rest, and that you never got time to rest. And that, slowly, if you're someone who's authentic and a little bit on the lone wolf type, not in the edgy sort of sense, that you're losing a place more and more in this world. And I've always believed that, even since I was 14, and no matter what YouTube channel I create, that I've never ever really fit in. And I still feel to this day that I never really ever fit in. So that's been just a thing that I'm juggling and trying to get over. I made a video on a second channel that I will shout out called Traveler Row, where I made like an hour-long video just talking about all this shit and how all this shit bothers me. And I trusted someone close to me to talk about this energy. But because they're going through things in their life too, it seems like they just got personal at me and then started projecting a bunch of shit. So I'm just like, damn it, who the hell can I talk to anymore in this day and age? So it just seems like I gotta talk to myself and my closest bro, because who even knows who is on whose team anymore? It's just like a real sad thing. And I feel like, gaming was one of those escapes, and I found like some of the best people I've ever played with in games like Counter-Strike, Go, and communities, and even Gary's mod and all the role playing in there and all the dark jokes and the type of environment it was made me who I was. I loved it. I loved all the sarcasm. I'm a very sarcastic person. I love all the dark jokes, all that twisted stuff, man. It was fun. All that cringy shit too that's online. It was fun. But it feels like now all forms of that are being like either uprooted, thrown away, destroyed. Everything is so safe now, and it's just a weird reality that is getting worse. Like, I used to talk about this before, where it feels like these generations now, I think I still have videos out there that exist where I talk about this, where it feels like generations are getting softer and softer and softer. And it's freaking sad, bro, because it's like, man, it's freaking sad, because there's no edge to shit anymore. Not edgy in the way where it's like, oh, I'm edgy and no, but like edgy, like, yo, I'll make a hella dark joke, or like edgy humor, or pushing the bounds and not getting offended at each other. It's like, it's a weird place. And like, for the love of God, the pandering and all the race swapping in media and all this shit and all the passion being lost and shit, I'm like, what is going on? And that shit is making me feel even more alone in this world. So it's just been a ride for me. But honestly, this whole video is to say that I had a lot of videos planned and a lot of things planned, but I think it's just safer for me to just take my time with it a lot more than I can. But I'm gonna still push out consistent videos, but I'm gonna ignore this shit, joke about it, and just vibe, because who gives a fuck? And I'm not gonna take any of this shit as serious, and you shouldn't either. And honestly, remember to stay authentic. Your spiritual journey is your own. I hope you guys have a great night, great day, whatever is going on right now. And honestly, remove yourself from the bullshit. Like what you like, enjoy what you enjoy, and screw this shit, man. Fuck what is going on. We gotta create our own realities.